Here's your tea, Mother.
Oolong?
Yes.
Loose, not bagged?
Yes.
Steeped 3 minutes?
Yes.
2% milk?
Yes.
Warmed separately?
Yes.
1 teaspoon sugar?
Yes.
Raw sugar?
Yes.
It's cold.
I just love you, Christine Baranski. The Big Bang Theory is among the many credits of Emmy and Tony Award-winning actress, the lovely Christine Baranski. She's entertained audiences for 4 decades with memorable roles like in the movies like Chicago, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, The Birdcage, remember that, and Mamma Mia.
For 7 seasons, she starred as attorney Diane Lockhart in the CBS drama The Good Wife. She returns to that role in a spinoff called The Good Fight. It picks up 1 year after the events of The Good Wife finale. In this preview of the season premiere, Baranski's character gives advice to her goddaughter, a new associate at the law firm.
Can I ask something?
Sure, go ahead.
Are we on the right side on this one?
We are on a necessary side. People I thought with all my heart were guilty turned out to be innocent. And people I thought were saints, they weren't. That's why you don't go on instinct. You wait, you listen, and watch. Eventually, everyone reveals himself.
Christine Baranski joins us at the table. Welcome.
Thank you.
7 great seasons, a hugely successful show. What did you think when they offered you a sequel?
I said, bring it on. You know, 7 great seasons. So many of us did not want it to end because so many people, the audience, the viewing audience, thought it's such intelligent writing. How wonderful to see female characters who are in authority positions, educated, articulate in the workspace. I didn't want it to end. We all understood why The Good Wife had to come to a conclusion, and Juliana was due for a rest after carrying the show on her back for 7 years. But when they approached me about continuing this character and continuing, you know, a year later after The Good Wife, you know, what happens to Diane and her world, I thought, yeah. We have the same, many of the same crew members. Kush Jumbo is with me on the new show.
Was it a difficult decision for you to make at that time?
It was, because I got another very big offer, and I had to make a decision on a weekend, and it kind of forced everybody to really decide, are we going to do this?
And so what tipped it for you?
The writing and knowing that I would continue playing this character, because, you know, at this point in my career, it's as good as it gets to play a woman like Diane Lockhart.
But the platform is so different. Were you worried about that? We've never done this before at CBS. Were you worried about this platform?
Well, I had just done 7 years of 22 episodes a year, and that is a grind. And this new way of showing television is 10 or 12 episodes. It liberates you to maybe do plays or maybe do other things with your career or just enjoy your life. That was very appealing.
Enjoy your life.
Enjoy my life. And also a 10-episode arc is possibly more succinct, dramatically more. You can stay within a certain narrative for 10 episodes, whereas 22, you have to really almost keep generating new storylines and crises. So I'm really excited about the venue. It's the first time CBS is launching all access, and they will watch it like they do a Netflix show. And that really is kind of the future, isn't it?
It is.
So people stay home and they binge watch. And for people who love The Good Wife, this is going to be, you know, more of that same great writing, great ensemble acting, and you can look forward to seeing so many of those guest actors who the audience loves, all those great theater actors.
There's no doubt it's going to be a huge success, because The Good Wife had such a loyal following, you know,
really
and now
did.
it's so smart. The Good Wife, The Good Fight.
I know.
So where does Diane, that starts off, she's considering retiring, moving to France, and then what happens?
Well, about a third of the way in, after she announces, you know, I'm retiring, and she's got the house in the south of France, I'm out of here, I've done it all. She is in a deposition, and she gets a phone call, and the accountant just has to talk to her, and I say, well, tell him I'll call him back. No, he really has to talk to you. And I go into my office and find out that all of my money has been lost in a Ponzi scheme, a la, you know, Madoff. And that's when that's when you hear Diane Lockhart on cable drop the F
No,
word.
there's some F-bombs, but you know what's so crazy? You then try to go back to your firm, and they're like, no thanks. So you go around, and then you end up with...
Yes, I actually have to
great.
look for work.
Yes.
In my 60s, I think so many women will relate to this.
Yeah.
It's how The Good Wife began, with
Yes.
Juliana having to go back to work. The fact that Diane, after announcing her retirement, has to look for work is just so harrowing.
And nobody wants you.
Nobody wants you except the head of an African-American law firm.
Yeah.
And he says, you'll be our minority hire.
I cracked up out loud at that one. I cracked up. And some of the sister girls don't want you there either.
Right.
Right.
Now
So
the
it already
sister girl
sets up
doesn't
such
want
great
me.
dynamic.
So the second episode is about my entry into, and there's just African-American,
Yes.
I am
Yeah.
really one of the
You are an
only-
island.
Indeed. So that's also a rather brilliant jumping point, because you will recognize The Good Wife, but then by halfway in, it's a whole new thing.
show.
It's a
Is it fun
180.
Is it fun being a token, being the only one at the table of a different
I love
color?
it. Yesterday, I was shooting with Lou Gossett and Delroy Lindo and Frankie Faison.
Yeah.
And I thought, how lucky am
cast.
I? I'm
Yeah.
with these
Really
great black actors.
It's a great
and
cast.
It's
Bravo,
great.
Christine Baranski.
Yeah.
It continues.
Bravo.
It continues. It's
So exciting.
very, very good. It's called The Good Fight, as we mentioned. It premieres on CBS All Access Sunday night at 8/7 Central. Go to cbs.com to sign up for a special broadcast, which will air, this is what I think is genius too, simultaneously right here on CBS. So you can see it on CBS first and at the same time. And after the premiere, all the new episodes will be available weekly on CBS All Access. So if you don't have it, you need to get it before Sunday. You're watching CBS This Morning. We'll be right back.